The rule of 72 is how long would it take for your money to double. You'll be surprised to see the size of the houses, how many bedrooms. What is the best city to invest in New Zealand? Welcome back to Real Talk and Real Advice. My name is Nathan Najib and I've been in the business of real estate for 17 years, and we founded Najib some 8 years ago. And today I'm going to be having a conversation around what is the best city to invest in New Zealand. We've gone and looked at numbers and we come up with a whole lot of data for you to look at, because you can't argue with data. I'm a numbers guy. I love numbers, and when you've got numbers, facts and figures, you can't argue with it, right? We put numbers for 3 major cities. Obviously, what's the median house price for Wellington, Christchurch, in Auckland? And we also looked at what can you buy for the median house price and which city is best to invest in. So those 3 things that we're going to cover today. Median house prices for 2024 in Wellington is $895,000, in Christchurch is $650,000, and in Auckland is $1.1 million. That's the average median house price. What can you buy for the median house price? What the property looks like if you bought an $895,000 property, around $895,000 in Wellington. What can you buy? What's your house going to look like if you bought something for $650,000 for median house price in Christchurch? And what can you buy for $1.1 million? You'll be surprised to see the size of the houses, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what's the yield or the rental for the property. So let's go through it together. Now, what can you buy for median house price, right? In Wellington, the gross sale price or the median house price is $895,000, and the RV for a home like that at the moment, RVs are pretty high because the RVs were done in 2021, which was the peak of the market, at $113,000. The suburb that we've chosen today is Thorndon. That is an average suburb or median suburb in Wellington. You can buy an average house in the area in Thorndon for $860,000, and the RV for that property will be $1,050,000. This is the property that we've chosen. It's 259 Tenakuri Road in Thorndon. That was sold for $875,000. It was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, single car garage. Floor area was 111 meters square. I'm assuming it was a two-story property because the land area is only 96 square meters. It will be a freehold property if the land is mentioned there. How big is the land? The capital value for that property was $126,000. It sold for $875,000, and the rental estimate for that property around $800 per week. Now let's go to Christchurch. Median house price for Christchurch at the moment is $645,000. We've chosen a suburb of Redwood. For that average sale price, you can get a home in Redwood. So the property that we've chosen, 23 Jenkins Avenue in Redwood, that was sold for $648,000. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, single car garage. The floor area was 110 square meters, and the land area is 621 square meters. That would have been one of those, I'm suggesting Redwood area would have been a freehold property, obviously 629 square meter piece of land, and 110 square meter house and a separate single garage. And the capital value for that property was $680,000, and that property would approximately rent out for $600 per week. And then let's go to Auckland now. Remember that the house size, the land size, because that's important, what you can buy for your money. You go to Auckland, you buy the gross sale price or median sale price is $1,051,000. We chose a suburb of Howick, and in Howick, the average sale price there is $1,056,000. Now this property here, 65 Gibraltar Street, I'm suggesting it is, in Howick, sold for $1 million, and it was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, single car garage. The house was 82 square meters, and the land area was 400 square meters. Once again, keep that in mind. The capital valuation for that property was $123,000. Once again, the valuation was done in 2021, peak of the market. And the rental for that property in Auckland is about $800, roughly, per week. Comment below if you have any questions, of course, or send us your question to hello@najibre.co.nz. .nz. Now, my thoughts on which city in New Zealand is best to invest in. Let's go through each city. Each property also will have some sort of expenses, right? What I've added here, general expenses for rental property. Doesn't matter what property in Auckland, Wellington, or Christchurch you buy, there's still expenses that go with the rental property, right? Landlord insurance is one. I've calculated $2,323 per annum. Rates is $3,868 roughly. Maintenance, I'll put around a couple of grand because that's what it will cost to maintain a property yearly roughly. And property management fee for a professional property manager to manage your property for you around $3,000. So total expenses for the year for rental property to keep is about around $11,000. Now, each city, if you go to Wellington, the median house price in 2009 was $480,000. Today, the median house price is $895,000, and the capital growth in the last 15 years is 86.46%. Now, we also talk about the gross rental yield for if you bought an average property in Wellington, it will be 4.64, and net rental yield. Net rental yield is calculated after you take out expenses. Let me explain gross rental yield. Gross rental yield is calculated by having the rental times whatever the average rent is, times that by 52, obviously that's 52 weeks in a year, and then times that by 100 and divide it by what you pay for the property. That gives you gross rental yield of 4.64% for Wellington. And then net rental yield is minus expenses. The general expenses I just discussed at around 11,000. If you deduct that from rental, obviously that's an expense as well, then it becomes the net rental yield becomes 3.4%, right? And then I've also talked about the rule of 72 is how long would it take for your money to double. When you're investing in a property, you gotta put your money where you can double your money as soon as possible. The quicker you can do it, the better. So in Wellington, it takes you 15.5 years. If you had invested your property in 2009, it will take you 15.5 years to double that money. Now, coming to Christchurch, in 2009, the average sale price was $325. Today is $650,000. The capital growth for the year is 100%. The gross yield, rental yield is 4.83. Net rental yield is 3.1. If you apply Rule 72 to that property, it will take you 15 years, as it shows exactly you doubled your money in 15 years. Now, in Auckland, median house price was in 2009 was $502,500. Today, it's a $1.1 million. Capital growth there in 15 years was 118.91%. Gross rental yield is 3.96% for an average property if you bought one. Net rental yield is 2.89%. If you apply Rule of 72 to that property, would be 18 years to double your money. If you put your money 1.1 there today, 1.1 million, it will take you 18 years to double your money. At the moment, that's why the investors not very active. And investors who do usually, the astute investors, become active when the market is at its bottom. We have done videos about that, so go back and watch that when I predict the bottom the market is going to be. So my thoughts at the moment, I'm not investing at the moment because of that, exactly that, because the yield it doesn't make sense to me. But for the capital growth, if you look at capital growth alone, obviously, and if I've got, just depending on what kind of money I have got, if I've got $1 million plus, Auckland is 118.91%. So I'll go for Auckland when I'm looking only at capital growth. And if I've got 600,000 to invest, the second thing, the capital growth will be, I'll be going for Christchurch, and the third city would be Wellington, right? From yield perspective, Christchurch is the highest city when it comes to yield. Wellington is the second, and Auckland is third. When the market is at its lowest, then you're getting your capital growth. The 15.5 years of the Rule 72 applies quicker, because the higher the yield, which will be if you buy the property cheap, and the interest rate is low, the higher the yield, the quicker you can double your money. And that's the goal of investment, to put your money so you can double it as soon as you can. The quicker you double it, obviously, the richer you become in this business of called investment. Put in a video, check out our recent video what can you get for 600,000 in Christchurch, and where to invest, what areas to invest in, what kind of property to buy. Check that out. I think that will be helpful as the market is coming to trough. And thank you once again. I hope that's added value to you. We'll be releasing 2 videos each month. Keep an eye on our channel. Thanks for your support. Take care.